Leadership is treated as rescue, not responsibility. In Sierra Leone, leadership is widely imagined as salvation from above, not capacity from within. Citizens ask who will save the nation instead of how the nation should behave. Politics becomes messianic. Leaders are expected to fix what society refuses to discipline. This creates hero worship, not accountability. Result: leaders are overloaded with unrealistic expectations and underchecked by civic standards. 2. Political culture, rewards, loyalty, overcompetence. Policy quality depends on who designs it and why. In Sierra Leone, political appointments reward party loyalty, ethnic alignment, or personal allegiance. Expertise is often secondary to obedience. Independent thinkers are perceived as the threats, not assets. Result: policies are poorly designed, weakly implemented, and easily abandoned when power shifts. 3. Institutions are weak because society does not defend them. Institutions do not collapse on their own. They are allowed to collapse. Laws exist, but enforcement is selective. Rules are strong on paper and weak in practice. Citizens often bypass institutions for favors, shortcuts, or patrons. Result: leaders learn quickly that impunity is tolerated, so policy becomes performative. 4. Trauma as normalized survival politics. Sierra Leone's history, slave trade, colonial extraction, civil war, has left deep collective trauma. This produces short-term thinking, fear-driven decision-making. Politics of revenge rather than repair traumatized societies prioritize control over competence and loyalty over truth. Result: policies focus on holding power rather than building systems. 5. Education produces credentials, not civic leadership. The education system emphasizes certificates over character, rote learning over critical thinking, silence over civic courage. Very few are trained to question authority responsibly, design evidence-based policy, balance ethics with power. Result: elites may be educated, but they are not institutionally mature. 6. The elite mass disconnect corrupts policy. Logic policy is often designed above society, not within it. Urban elites speak the language of reform. Rural and informal communities live the consequences without ownership. Policies lack cultural grounding and local legitimacy. Result: good-sounding policies fail at implementation. 7. Elections are overloaded. With meaning, elections are treated as the solution to everything, but elections can only choose leaders, not transform culture. When political culture remains unchanged, new leaders inherit old behaviors, new policies reproduce old incentives. Result: cycles of hope, disappointment, and cynicism. The core diagnosis: plainly stated, Sierra Leone does not lack intelligent people. It does not lack laws. It does not lack plans. It lacks a leadership culture. And without a leadership culture, good leaders are isolated, good policies are sabotaged, bad behavior becomes normalized.
Okay. No? Yes. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good day. Sierra Leone does not lack intelligent people. Sierra Leone does not lack good policy. We lack sincerity and the ability to implement policy. Today, I can discuss about the politics of the two main political parties then in Sierra Leone, APC and SLPP, and how the approach to politics they undermine development in Salone. First and foremost, before we go to that, let me look at what in development mean, because this is a very serious issue where a lot of people get different interpretation to. For most people, development is personal. You're able to build, you're able to buy motor car, you're able to invest here, invest yonder. That's development. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But that's personal. For some other set of people, then they transfer the personal view into the national view. This government don't make road, they don't build this. Yes, that's part of it. But that also is not development. Development now the end product of all the processes then they. When a country get people that get the ability for bills for themselves, buy motor car for themselves. So the us now the development. Now the institutions and the system where they give them the ability for do that. And if we look at Sierra Leone critically, let's take the number of people building houses in Sierra Leone. Let's look at the source from which they get the money or the income to build those houses. We go see, say, the country itself is not developing. We will take time and explain this. Most of the houses you see in Sierra Leone are built by people who are not living in Sierra Leone. So that does not account for development in Sierra Leone. If me go Sierra Leone now, I go below today with money I take from Norway. And account say Sierra Leone they develop. The account say me they try for develop myself within Sierra Leone because I can develop myself any side. Usa sit also Namios. Can you count it on Sierra Leone's development? No. Because this house is in Norway. And this house, be it in Norway or wherever, the personal development. Why is it that I'm able to forget this personal development now? Because the system in Norway make provision for make I get access for do what I get for do, earn income or get away for get income so that I go get a house. Now look at the second side of ownership of property in Sierra Leone. For a small number of people, we get access for bills, for buy motor car, and even make investments. The income is taken from a limited circle of wealth where not they circulate in the general society. And most of that income is stolen income. So that tells you Sierra Leone is not developing. Now, with all them two examples here, our donkey, now we ask the question, what is the real development of a country? Is it the houses? Is it the roads? Is it the electricity, whether in the Alabot way, you go put solar today, after 5-10 years, the solar don't disappear. I remember the days of the last government. It was all over the place, solar installations, here and there. Wilkinson Road, Connor, Bow, McKinney, etc. All of those projects died down because solar gets a lifespan. Can we call that development? No. But in a real development, now for make the people them, first and foremost, get something where then they engage in, where every day, then they get a source of income. Every week, then they get a source of income. Every month, every year, it's sustainable. It go on. It go on and on. When the people then get a sustainable system, we all man they earn income. Who don't want to buy us, who don't want to drink omole, but everybody they earn income. Then everybody from the income where then they earn, then they contribute towards the national upkeep by paying taxes. Then you begin to talk about development. You forget, for be honest, that's not the exist in Sierra Leone. If we have 8 million people in Sierra Leone, then we say out of this 8 million, we get 5 million where they of the age of earning income. I want to say maybe we have less than 1 million who are earning effective income. We don't mean say the other hand they know they earn income, but you get less than 1 million where they earn effective income. And what is effective income? You know, say, like some man they work every month and say that this is your salary. If you know, say, I get the capacity for earn $500 every month, whether through unemployment, whether through your own self-effort, then that can be counted as effective income. How many people in Sierra Leone have that effective flow of income where they know say, I get this money, they come until maybe I reach the age of retirement. If we have 5 million people who have the potential to be employed, maybe now 1 million or less get effective income. The other number of people, they earn income, but now what you go call intermittent income, because it's not steady. What you would call in local language hustlers. You go today, he try by chance, he gets one small deal, he gets small money. So it will take another 2 months before he get that money. When you have a situation like that in a country, you know they talk about development. Because development, not only the physical things they see, now the human capacity, we abstract. The human capacity for get a sustainable lifestyle, now in a development. If you get 6 million people, at least you forget up to 6 million, we get stable lifestyle. Then you go talk about development. And that development day involves several things. Yes, good roads involve, water supply involve, electricity involve, good health facilities involve, communication facilities involve, entertainment involved, etc., etc. But all of this for be areas with an income. If we have a government, or if we have governments that cannot afford people this, then let us stop talking about development. Now, after this introduction, we come now to the real crux of the matter. Since 1961, we don't get 2 political parties. We get 20 political parties in Sierra Leone, maybe more, I don't know. But we get 2 political parties when are they done at the helm of controlling the destiny of Sierra Leone, the APC and the SLPP. Normally, until we say political parties, then forget ideology. That is, then forget what in them believe say, now for be the condition for make a country develop. It's an ideology. Waiting for be the condition for make them be positive contributors to the development of the country. That's an ideology. But since 1961 to now, with political parties, them themselves to themselves, they're not able to run themselves. If you ask them 2 political parties here, let them produce statements of account. Let them show you management structure. Let them show you activities where they don't involve when activities of development for the party. You'll be surprised they don't have it. Maybe they'll show you bank account with some money. Yes, money, fine. You see, the unfortunate side about Sierra Leone is most of us don't understand what it means to live an organized and sustainable life. Most of us. So we are easily carried away by material things. Now you see that man in car, you see that man, yes, we see him. We see him. But what has that contributed to make life sustainable for himself and for the society at large? They will ask that question. King, come out tomorrow morning, I go buy a car with what $100,000, $200,000, $500,000. But what has that contributed to make me sustainably improved? What do I mean by this? You see, we get culture in Sierra Leone where they operate on falsehood, false life. And that falsehood on the ground, it deter development, it deter efficiency. We stand for focus on investing on things them where not they produce much returns for we. We tend to focus on things them when not help we for make we grow. And when you look at we two political parties, them from a critical mirror or from a critical spectacle, what do you see? You see the dominance of falsehood. And because they want falsehood for continue, then get certain instruments where they come with, forget the members them for succumb and comply. Development as it is, not for be when you introduce fear or when you bully other person. It will be an open thing. If you picking house, if you are like picking contribute much to the home, give them a level of freedom, be the guide, be the guide. Don't enforce anything. Just guide and say, look so, look so, look so, think so, think so. What you see, do them. In society, sustainability is more effectively built when everybody feels say, I can do something freely. Nobody not go make a look molested. Nobody not go make a look less, etc., etc. With political parties, them now the reverse of this, then they do in our society. Then they use fear, then they force people into loyalty. Cultism, take oath. People can't swear. For what's enough for swear? Why don't I have the freedom to use my conscience? Why should I be enforced to follow a conscience which is not mine? The next year, then they do, because they want to keep the falsehood and the status quo, and they create setbacks and controls whether they allow wealth for be distributed. And because wealth is not distributed, poverty is created. The poverty in Sierra Leone by willful then create them. It's willfully created so that they will get the loyalty of people through manipulating them and through transactional policies and politics. All of them things here I don't talk about, them belong to what I don't they talk about all them days here. Now, warlord type of politics. In the warlord type of politics, where the Madingos then call farmer, you have to give your loyalty. You therefore be transactional, give and take. Something for give, for make them give. Yes, normal in life. We have to work to receive. But at the same time, it should not be by force. Let me work with my pleasure, with my happiness, and receive with happiness. But we say, oh, if you want this, you for do this. If you want that, you for do that. Then it's slavery. It's slavery, for God's sake. Our politicians are slave masters in Sierra Leone because they use all kind of tactics for control the minds of the people. Slavery is not only a physical thing. Slavery begins with the psychology, just like colonialism. You are not colonized by the guns and the machetes. You are colonized by what is put into your mind, where they make you answer yes, sir, to the master. Either you answer yes, sir, to the master, or you try for follow what the master they do, so that they get you for manipulate you. This is what we have in our politics. And look at Sierra Leone. Several examples there. It's only in Sierra Leone where you have over 20 parties registered. You would not hear people talk about any of the other political parties, but APC, SLPP. And then they tell us, say, they want third force. Suicide, force come out. When you already have 20 political parties, why should you have a force as a third force? And what should that force be? Another farmer group where they can make you take oath of loyalty, where you know go then how they want, then institute fear mechanism on you or your relatives. Or when thing come for shame, then take them give all man they not give you because you know they comply. You're not the bad guy. The free thinkers in Sierra Leone are always the bad guys. They are called radicals. Those who comply, oh, this is the blue-eyed boy. It's the reason, the very stagnation in Sierra Leone, limiting the human capacity for performing society, then they institute poverty in society. Not God in which for make we poor, and we self responsible for the poverty. Because of them three things here, what talk. And all them three things here, the two political parties then guilty of them. And guilty of them, the only thing we make them, the largest groups we can find, now because they don't manipulate the minds of the people for beliefs, say, without them, no other party no able function. One. Two, then gaslight the people them for believing certain things, where then they get their unreserved loyalty. Hey, SLPP now for the men they them. So all men the man thinks they are for SLPP, as if it's a religion. Even religion not to by force. Religion not to by force. You can born in a Muslim home if you want to not be Muslim. I'm not a Muslim. I'm not a Christian. I'm a free thinker. But I believe in the existence of a superpower that created the universe. And I believe in the laws we say I for respect the divinity of the next man. Because that's what the 10 Commandments in all the religion, they make all the noise for mean. Do to others as you want done unto you. The golden rule. Respect the divinity in the next man so your own divinity can be respected. That's what religion is all about. Then, of course, the third side of religion, as long as you are going to abide to that rule, which is the golden rule, that means you should have ethical standards, ethical and moral standards that you don't flout. There's no need for tell you, there's no need for write and up. If you not let them thief you, they'll go thief other man. If you not let them kill you, they'll go kill other man. If you get UF, you not let them take an iron, not take other man you. These are not rules written in the book, but these are rules that are ethical, that we must understand and abide by. And when it comes to state issue, the same rules apply. If you have been given a responsibility to run a state, know that the life, the security, and everything of every other person belongs to your determination by the policies you implement. All the time we president them, we leaders them, we politicians, then they shout, but hey, don't make coup on me. Oh, you know, let them kill you, boy. They kill other people. They're not so. It's God so partial that he make you different. You for kill, the other people not kill you. And of course, let us ask the simple question. Why will people think of making a coup in any country? Why? If we answer that, then we'll see that the cause of the problem goes back to the man shouting about the problem. If you have been given the duty to run the state, and you come with all the policies that will create systems that will allow everybody to have a sustainable income, access to what they would have sustainable income from without having to beg for it or without having to ask for favors. Then, if anybody come and say they go make coup by you, that person do and willfully. But if you, they up yonder, every month you they buy new motor car, you they build new house. You been go there, you belly flat, then see you belly don't feel about like 9 months belly. People have a reason to be annoyed. They will plot a coup. Some will ask. And the other thing we'll get for take note, when a system not they do properly, the best thing for that system for do, but for open up, let the people invent their anger. What I mean, allow people to talk freely, allow people to protest. But when you stifle all of that, the people will go underground with their anger swelling in them. One day, they are going to burst with it. And the result, and then coup and the other things, then they. Anytime there is a coup in a country, if then they charge people and for treason, the politicians also should be charged because they caused it. Yes. The recklessness of the politician, we make poverty then at the country, now cause people then for think of coup. How are they? But they think of that body because everybody get what in and they do. And I sleep, I left me house the door open. Nobody know they can attack me. Everybody get what in and they do. And they work on a treat any hour of the night. Nobody know they attack me. Everybody get what in and they do. Where there is crime in society, that means that society is not properly structured. It's an imbalance in the system. Now they create crime. When a system don't allow too much negatives, and when a system not get what in they make the people then feel say we are part of this system, then crimes begin to happen. Crime, drugs, all these things are product of broken systems. So God in which. And this now lucky. Nobody know how lucky. Now human being, they make incompetent mortal man suffer. They'll call her lucky. If a system provides for everybody and everybody grow in that system, then everybody will do what they have to do in their basic minimum for live a comfortable life. In this country, beginning left school today, by tomorrow I don't get work. In fact, most of them, before then they done them final year and senior secondary, then already they do part-time job. Where then they pay them student wage. Depending on the behavior, efficiency, etc. By the time they done senior secondary, now smooth ride into the job. We can do that in Sierra Leone. We cannot because with politics, they limit the development of them things then they. Instead, they replace them with loyalty. If forget you, brah, we for help you get work. We go to brah for get work. We can work for you. Your loyalty should be with him. If even if they do nonsense, you not for talk them. Falsehood in our mentality. These are the things we fail to look at when they go talk about constitution. Yes, we need a good constitution. And I'm sure what we have now is adequate. It's adequate, pending maybe some revisions and amendments here and there. We don't need to be wasting time on constitution in Sierra Leone. We need to input that energy on we conscience. We get conscience na Sierra Leone, I make things not they go before. We not they think good. We want for do good, but we not they think good. So you know the work. All this constitution then the Allah, then he make them. If we get good leaders, who they think good, if the people of Sierra Leone begin to think good, the worst constitution can be the best constitution. The worst document of law can be the best law. Because it's only enforceable where people have bad conscience. In places where people have good conscience, comply. Compliance and enforcement are two different things. I've lived in this country 23 years. I've never had issue with the law because I comply. What does that mean? I don't do anything I no say, go make the law come for me. Not for friend money, not for enjoyment. I don't do anything where they broke the law. But in a situation where the people are harassed, they are poor, you can't stop them from breaking the law. And when they break the law, you have to enforce it. Let us begin to get an understanding that the environment get a lot to do with behavior. And so therefore, now we force duty as people for create environments where will make everybody feel comfortable. And that's when we begin to talk about development. But in Sierra Leone, the politics of use of fear to control people's mind, the politics of use of loyalty to control people's favor, the politics of transaction, C2C, as una they call it, as transaction. hidden that way all the way back. And then two political parties here, that's their ideology. They're not getting nothing else with them go tell you now. When they can have grassroots, that's gaslighting. They would only make you grassroots when they want to use you. As a matter of fact, right now, the APC is more of a loyalty party than any other thing. So where is this grassroots? Grassroots for limits the people and conscience. For allow everybody. Even though this the exercise when they talk about registration, they get so much exorbitant charges they wouldn't they make. Come away then a village when they will get that money. You want for support and I want for be member. I expect them for be member. If a whole village or a whole chiefdom or a whole section of a chiefdom, then say we self want for set we own word, we need executive. They're not under the able under income way when they ask for executives. Then somebody go come, I go pay for them. Stupid. Buying loyalty, that's stupid. Political parties don't run that way. Here in this country, the Prime Minister, the ordinary member, the ministers are the same fee and they pay. And it's regulated across the board for all political parties. Maximum 750 kronas for the year. Now they pay. Everybody they pay that money. It no matter whether it be foot of state, head of state, stomach of state, carpenter, farmer, or whatever. You see, we really need for sit down, take time out, and decolonize with mindset in Sierra Leone. With mentality and our problem. I'm not use that on a beautiful language, mindset. That's psychological, psychedelic talk. Mentality is our problem in Sierra Leone. All the time, we they do things them for sabotage we own progress. And we think we are doing the best. You cannot have a country develop where if you get 5 million people or 8 million people, now 50 people no more get all the money. And maybe out of those 50 people with all the money, 25 of them, now people that will thief money, they don't ever do business, they don't know management. But he get money. So he want for sit down and they go tell Adu, he pull small in a pocket, he give people them. It's that development. Sierra Leone deserves better. Sierra Leone deserves better. And we therefore begin think better. We therefore begin think better. We can make Sierra Leone what we want it to be. But we first and foremost therefore understand what it means for manage things. Manage no means say if we make a Dryan. It means say you dey plan say we dey start with this. From this point, we dey go to that. From that, we dey come to this. So that we go create something sustainable and permanent where everybody go be involved, everybody go work, everybody go benefit, everybody go pay tax so that we go get money for run we self. That's the Sierra Leone we should be looking at. Not the Sierra Leone where people talk politics 24/7, 7 days a week. 365 days a year. That's alone though for the look at. We have a constitution. Now then they go to constitutional review. It's all about election. There has never been an election in Sierra Leone. Not for the blindfold on herself. There has never been an election in Sierra Leone. With or without the processes. The fact that people and they pay people and for go vote don't outlaw the election. Make t-shirts, cook for people, then dance, then this. You give them money for go vote. No, bro, that's not election. Yeah, we're not ready for go vote. When election then they come, then they send to me notice by my phone say, your polling time is so, go to so place. All I need for do, I get me ID to me. Everybody. When I reach there, they give me paper, I go inside, they put a film, I come, now out there, they put her inside the ballot box. I don't full, I put her inside the ballot box, I turn back. You not get for go talk to nobody. Nobody not get for give me t-shirt with almost amount. That's election. We therefore do better as Sierra Leone. We therefore do better because the world is moving in a direction where if we not wake up now, we'll be losers in Africa. Honestly, now see what in happen in America. That thing would be in America, you get for move people there out of America. And most of these people will come to places like Sierra Leone, they acquire property, then born Pekin and they, then Pekin and then they take over Sierra Leone. Because with citizenship law, say citizenship by maternal, not paternal. Already, we get a number of foreigners in Sierra Leone who are established there, they don't born Pekin and they. If Sierra Leoneans not wake up, not think properly, what waiting for do, in the next 2 decades, that country will be controlled by foreigners. And where foreigners control them, una picking, then go sweat it and damn the hour. Let's try move away from this thing on Adepa. Let's try move away from this thing on Adepa. Una try think and see the future. Development takes place when you are able to visualize the future and make plans for that. Not to waiting they happen today because Jack don't buy SUV, myself for go buy SUV now. How money or Jack they buy SUV with today? If I say, if I invest them in the next 20 years, and they get 100 million, that's what I'm going to do. This falamakata mentality will not let farm alone. 2 things, false life, falamakata will not let farm because now I don't make politics bad so. Hope say when they understand what they talk because it's like most people say, what in this man they talk? Falamakata. The way of doing things. When I want life on ourselves, when they call them precedents. Precedents. APC we don't do them. We say we can do them. Precedents. Okay, so all what in the happen so now for continue because now precedents. Falamakata. And the other thing about we is we are not fair to ourselves. What is fairness? Do something. If it is not right, no saying all right, accept saying all right. If person saying all right, your best bet is don't say a word. Let it roll. But now it's like if something happen, people then talk, oh, you go get all the vuvuzela, the car talk you. What does that change? What does that change? This person and fighting, talking at each other, what benefits does it bring for us? We need a reboot in Sierra Leone. We need a reboot. And we need an update on we biological software. An update on we biological software in Sierra Leone. And that will come. But I think the first stage, some of we get for go all out, let get the awareness. Because everything would have been a Sierra Leone, it is spell. It's not sustainable. So now begin think now how we go reboot. How we begin think about sustainable steps. And APC, SLPP, wanna do internal reboot, please. Well, of course, may God help you, because another reach the point of implosion, the two parties them. So I'm not going to talk much about that, not to me business. I think today I would end my talk here. Thank you for listening. We will meet on Friday. I'm still just trying to keep my obligation of coming to talk to you, but I'm still not well. I have flu. So I'll talk to you on Friday. Thanks for listening.
Leadership is treated as rescue, not responsibility. In Sierra Leone, leadership is widely imagined as salvation from above, not capacity from within. Citizens ask who will save the nation instead of how the nation should behave. Politics becomes messianic. Leaders are expected to fix what society refuses to discipline. This creates hero worship, not accountability. Result: leaders are overloaded with unrealistic expectations and underchecked by civic standards. 2. Political culture, rewards, loyalty, overcompetence. Policy quality depends on who designs it and why. In Sierra Leone, political appointments reward party loyalty, ethnic alignment, or personal allegiance. Expertise is often secondary to obedience. Independent thinkers are perceived as the threats, not assets. Result: policies are poorly designed, weakly implemented, and easily abandoned when power shifts. 3. Institutions are weak because society does not defend them. Institutions do not collapse on their own. They are allowed to collapse. Laws exist, but enforcement is selective. Rules are strong on paper and weak in practice. Citizens often bypass institutions for favors, shortcuts, or patrons. Result: leaders learn quickly that impunity is tolerated, so policy becomes performative. 4. Trauma as normalized survival politics. Sierra Leone's history, slave trade, colonial extraction, civil war, has left deep collective trauma. This produces short-term thinking, fear-driven decision-making. Politics of revenge rather than repair traumatized societies prioritize control over competence and loyalty over truth. Result: policies focus on holding power rather than building systems. 5. Education produces credentials, not civic leadership. The education system emphasizes certificates over character, rote learning over critical thinking, silence over civic courage. Very few are trained to question authority responsibly, design evidence-based policy, balance ethics with power. Result: elites may be educated, but they are not institutionally mature. 6. The elite mass disconnect corrupts policy. Logic policy is often designed above society, not within it. Urban elites speak the language of reform. Rural and informal communities live the consequences without ownership. Policies lack cultural grounding and local legitimacy. Result: good-sounding policies fail at implementation. 7. Elections are overloaded. With meaning, elections are treated as the solution to everything, but elections can only choose leaders, not transform culture. When political culture remains unchanged, new leaders inherit old behaviors, new policies reproduce old incentives. Result: cycles of hope, disappointment, and cynicism. The core diagnosis, plainly stated, Sierra Leone does not lack intelligent people. It does not lack laws. It does not lack plans. It lacks a leadership culture. And without a leadership culture, good leaders are isolated, good policies are sabotaged, bad behavior becomes normalized.